there, Broken Arrow. I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon, and welcome to this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion Take 5. Today, I am joined by Ward 4 Councilmember Scott Eudey. Scott, how you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I want to thank you for being with me here today in the amazing award-winning Rose District. Right now, we're in front of the restaurant known as the Rustic Chop House, and we're between Commercial and Dallas on Main Street. So Scott, let's just talk real quick about what are your reflections upon the fact that we've been around for 10 full years now, but the planning started a long time before that.
It did, and I think you subtly called me old because I've been here since the beginning, but I think, yes, this started, there was a study done back in the mid-2000s, the Economou study, talking about how we were going to revitalize our downtown, and it dealt with the whole city, but it focused on the downtown area because that was important to the residents. This was a 4-lane road with a turn lane. This was old Highway 51, so we had to really plan to construct it. And so we went, let's narrow, let's allow for outside dining, let's narrow the roads, let's create a circumstance where people slow down and stop and say, something cool's happening here.
So let's quickly talk about what we're seeing today in terms of what we have. I mean, sales tax, I think we've talked about it was $15,000 to $18,000 10 or 12 years ago, and now it's surpassed $500,000, which tells you the types of investment. So what are you seeing here today?
We perfected that public-private relationship, and what we've seen is as the city made its investments, the community and the business owners stepped up and made their investments, and that's going to contribute to the success going forward.
That's right.
And so it's only growing. I think the sales tax will continue to grow because more and more stores are opening.
Right.
I used to walk down Main Street and tumbleweeds. Now I'm having to say, excuse me, I'm literally walking through and people are sitting and dining, they're participating. You have to say excuse me a lot more because people are actually on the block. People are actually on the sidewalk using it, and that's exciting.
Well, let me ask you this. We've started some discussions about the next steps. And so is your vision, and I know the council members shared your vision, so I want you to talk briefly about this. Is it your vision that actually the Rose District would have some new improvements mixed in with some existing improvements all the way from Kenosha to Houston or to Washington eventually?
I would love to see a 2-mile stretch of the Rose District eventually. What I see happening over the next few years is growing to the north. That's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to grow all the way down to Kenosha. But we have this beautiful PAC, the Broken Arrow Performing Arts Center. It's extraordinary. It's an architectural feat. It's really special. It has to go that way.
Well, let me ask you one thing, because there's one piece that I want to mention before we go, and that is the housing piece and the investments of the home builders that have come in and actually done a great deal of improvements on empty lots and some of the older homes, and they have contributed as well, haven't they?
Absolutely. It's not just about business. People used to live down here, but it was mostly rentals and things, and I think the people down here felt forgotten. We haven't forgotten them anymore.
No.
I mean, you're seeing continually new development. People taking older homes, these cute little bungalows and shotgun houses and things. They're taking them, they're redoing them and turning them into showpieces.
Yes.
And so it's becoming a place. It was always a place that was special because it was the heart of Broken Arrow. But now it's becoming a place that's not just special, but it's a place that more and more people can call home. And in many ways, that investment's even bigger than the business investment because people can call the Rose District home.
And they do. And so let's wrap this up here. So if you had to have some closing comments about how important this is to you and our community, what would it be?
Well, every community has a heart. And we have some amazing places in Broken Arrow. We have the New Orleans Square, we have Forest Ridge, places that have come up, the Bass Pro area. But the city has a heart, and this is the heart of the city. And I think it's important to never forget your heart, because if your heart is healthy, the rest of your body is healthy. And that's how I'd liken it. This is the heart of the city that feeds the rest of it. If this is successful, the rest of the city has to be successful because we have a strong, healthy heart.
Folks, I couldn't have said it any better. That was great. It is the heart of our city, and and there's so many wonderful things that are happening in so many different areas, and actually so many wonderful things are going to be happening in the south part of our city. But Scott is right, Councilmember Eudey is right, that the Rose District is the heart of our community, and we're going to continue to make it a place where people want to come to. And so I just want to thank you. We did go a little bit longer than normal today, folks, because there's just too many exciting things happening in the Rose District right now, and I want to make sure that we got them all out for those folks in our community that have lived here. And we have so many new people that are moving in the community. I think they needed to hear a little bit of the history of how we got to here, because there have been hundreds of people, multiple entities that got us to this point. And I just want to say on behalf of the mayor and the city council members, thank you to each and every business entity, each and every entrepreneur, every single restaurant owner, business owner that had made the commitment to the Rose District a dozen years ago, because it's definitely paid off, and we're very thankful for you. So that's it. That's all the time we have for this edition of Broken in Motion Take 5. Until then, stay safe. I look forward to seeing you around town, and remember, Broken Arrow is the place where opportunity lives.